that I spoke to said, I forgot to be recorded. One of the suppliers said,
Actually, we don't have to record the rest if you don't want to.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I hope this is my good side. I really don't know. One of the suppliers even said, it almost feels like it's random. I could see no pattern in which they're using to fulfill the micro markets. It's like how the buyer feels today. I feel like a chicken sandwich, I go to order a chicken sandwich. There wasn't enough obvious pattern of behavior, right? So therefore, and also if you look at the micro markets, they weren't always full of product. You can't make money if you're not full of product. You understand what the micro market concept is, right? So we looked at all that and we said, okay, we could solve this. How do we solve it? We realized, first of all, everybody, 95% of the audience in GTA has a smartphone. Get rid of that kiosk, use a mobile-based POS, right? Second, for that 5% or 2%, depending on the location and demographics, for that 5% that doesn't have a smartphone, we'll put a tablet kiosk. It costs, what, $1,500, not 16 grand, right? And it's using the same app, so support is common, simple. It's not as simple as that, obviously, but simple. But then let's go a little further, okay? So now we have a mobile app. So what happens is I pick up a product, excuse me for using your cup, scan it myself. So I pick it out of the fridge, I scan the item, I use a virtual wallet, I pay for the item, and off I go. We solved another problem. No lineups. Right now with the kiosk the way it is, they'll have a lineup during peak hours. So who wants to sit in a line? So now there's no lineup. I pick up, scan it, go, I'm done. Okay. So we solved some of those problems. Then there's the idea of theft and loss. So shrinkage, right? Shrinkage and waste due to expiry dates. So for shrinkage, what we realize is that one, it's an employee who really wants to lose a job over a Mars bar. And yet it does happen, but not that much. Already what we're seeing is that convenience stores, their shrinkage and loss is about 7 to 9% on average, convenience stores, and that's attended, there's an attendee. With the historical micro market, the data showed it was 5 to 6%. So again, because of that employee concept, I don't want to lose my job for stealing, so already there's less theft, okay? We felt we could get it down to 3%. How? We've installed a proximity sensor. Basically, what it's doing is it could see all the MAC addresses of people's cell phones, so you can see your cell phone. So I could see there's 10 people with cell phones in the room right now. Okay, cool. Of those 10 people, 2 have registered. So now it's not a cell phone, it's Richard's cell phone and it's Ronnie's cell phone, right? Now what I could do is go to Richard and say, hey, Richard, I see that you're there. Welcome to the micro market. How's your day today? You bought a sandwich yesterday. If you buy a sandwich today, I'll give you 10% off if you buy a drink as well. So now I could push, notify, whatever I want, okay? Furthermore, Richard now knows I know he's there. Is he gonna steal? It's unlikely. We also have cameras. Yes, they've always had cameras, but now we have cameras tied to digital signage, so I see my face there. Less likely to steal because I'm there. We're also now testing pressure plates. So pressure plates are in each of the shelving in the fridges, let's say, refrigerated areas, even the physical shelves. I pick up 2 items. I know you picked up 2 items. You scanned 1. I know that you only scanned 1. I could send you for 3 minutes, let's say, or time period, you haven't bought the other one. I could send you a note saying, hey, did you forget to scan the other one? Do you mind scanning it or putting it back or something?
Just a subtle reminder.
Subtle reminder. So we know we could bring down theft because of some of these layers of technology. We're also looking at face recognition. We're looking at a lot of different things right now, right? It all comes down to that cost-value equation, right? The other thing we're doing is, I lost my train of thought.
The wallet.
Sir, let me interrupt you on that one because I kind of like where you were going with that, but let me throw in.
I haven't even got to the punchline. Go ahead.
Let me throw in a couple other solutions. I like 2 cups with my coffee.
Yeah.
Because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking 2 cups, but your system sees one's paid for.
Yeah.
How do you respond?
So there's 2 ways to respond. Is how many people do that? So if 25% would do that, then I'll increase the cost of that unit based on by 25% of the cup value. That's fine too.
Or provide a sleeve.
The other thing we're doing is that we're actually charging the site by bag of coffee and by bag or box of cups, and then the coffee is free.
So also in this particular space, A lot of people like to bring their own mugs.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll get my own mug filled, so I'm not gonna use your cup, right?
Gonna get a discount.
How do I track? Well, generally speaking, the industry will charge you a small price,
Yeah.
right? Regardless of the size of your mug. How do I account for the mug or the coffee of it? Which one are you tracking? The cup or are you tracking?
We track the coffee.
The coffee.
So you actually scan a barcode on the coffee
The margin's
machine?
all based on the coffee consumption, on the beverage consumption, not the cup expense. We do factor the cup cost within the cost of the product,
The cup, the lid, the
but the
stir.
revenue is driven by, the inventory is driven by
Are
the
you
coffee
cash flow
consumption.
positive today?
As a business,
Yeah.
we used to be until we started the IQs, which are new.
What's the IQ?
Water IQ and food IQ are new, we just
Oh,
launched them.
got it, got it. So
Clipboard
that's-
was.
And then as a CEO, what's your top 3 priorities right now, if I may ask?
That's a great question, actually. As a business, is
Sure.
actually get financing.
Okay,
So that's the number one, is to better manage our cash flow.
yeah, that I can help.
That's the number one. Number two, sales is actually not our problem right now.
Yeah.
Our sales funnel is phenomenal. So number two is I want to make sure our operations are beefed up. Again, financing. In order to make sure all our customers are delighted all the time.
Yeah.
So I do have to finish my product a little bit. So I'll just say financing is my number one concern, and that
Yeah.
solves kind of my other problems.
Yeah.
My other problems are resourcing,
Yeah.
and then product
What do you mean
development.
product?
Product development
Oh, product.
work.
And then
Our
you're
product
using-
is about 80% done.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you're using programmers out of Turkey and stuff like that.
Programmers are actually local. We
Okay.
also have a group in India,
Yeah.
and then data scientists are in Turkey.
Okay, got it. Okay, awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So finance is my number one problem.
How much money do you need?
We're looking for 2 initially,
2 million.
and that is just to prove out the yes. Yes.
And then you're giving away equity for that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We also have a program for. We're also actually talking to several debt providers as well, but yeah, 2 million is for equity.
Okay.
And then we have financiers creating lines of credit for financing as well, for financing deals.
So we could do equity and debt.
Okay, perfect.
Both, for sure.
And you also have a client base. I mean, this is
I know.
the type of investment we're looking for, strategic.
Yeah.
We have another investor out of the States, they're actually out of States in Israel. Same concept, is that they have properties and avenues to sell, and then they have money as well. So we have a perfect relationship. I have a pitch deck, I could go through with you another time,
Yeah.
shortly, and do that. If you have ideas on what we're talking about with the coffee cup, I'm really open to it.